Jessie Hughes Murillo was the kind of student that teachers and parents alike dreamed about. She was intelligent, she loved public speaking, and she was very compassionate to everyone around her. One day, Jessie was walking through her hallways just like every other day she had done. And she was running a bit late, so a teacher approached her, asking for a hall pass. After the exchange was finished, the teacher made a comment about Jessie's body, and a comment that made her uncomfortable. That night, Jessie went home and she found that she couldn't fall asleep, and the next morning she dreaded going to school. Then for the next couple weeks, that same teacher and Jessie had other confrontations that were similar in nature. Jessie slowly felt herself falling apart. She didn't know what to do until she finally told the administrator and the action stopped. Jessie, like millions of others, had been sexually harassed. Sexual harassment is a problem of epidemic proportions within schools, a problem that can and will be stopped. First, within my speech, I will be discussing what exactly is sexual harassment. Second, its dramatic effects. And finally, solutions. What can we personally do? First, what exactly is sexual harassment? By definition, sexual harassment is unwanted sexual conduct. It comes in 3 different branches. The first, verbal. Sexual comments or sexual rumors, like Jessie faced. Second, physical. Groping, grabbing, and touching. And finally, visual. Media, as well as images and sexual gestures. Now, taking into effect the overall definition and these 3 branches, I personally find it appalling that 44% of students found that sexual harassment was no big deal. This brings me to my second topic, the gravity of sexual harassment. In 2008, Brigham Young University conducted a study in which they found that 40 to 50% of individuals had been sexually harassed in the duration of 1 single year. Now let's think of our high school. Around 600 students, 40 to 50%, that amounts to 240 to 300 students in our high school will be harassed in this year, according to this study. That fact is terrifying. And what will these students face? A loss of sleep, a resistance to go to school in the morning, affecting their education and thus their future, as well as lowered self-confidence. But it doesn't just end there with that single incident and the personal effects it has on the victim and the harasser. Instead, it continues. In fact, 92% of females and 80% of males who actively sexually harass have been harassed themselves. It is a vicious cycle that continues with one action and yet can harm so many different individuals. We must stop it at that individual point. Bringing me to my final topic. What can we do about this tremendous issue that we are presented with? First, we must educate and inform. The AAUW has done an excellent job of this for the past couple of years. In 2001, 2006, and yet again in 2012, they have designated a campaign to sexual harassment and its prevention. Through educating through pamphlets, reports, and speech contests, such as my own, they have been able to change people's opinions. And through a changed opinion, they are able to catalyze different actions that will be positive instead of the negative that was occurring earlier. They have changed multiple lives and prevented many instances from occurring. But education cannot be our sole action. Instead, administrators must do, and school employees must take action. In Title V, they suggest that each school has a designated person who is educated and trained in order to deal with sexual harassment issues. Someone that teachers and students alike can go to when they feel like they have personally been harassed. Someone to open up that communication between administrators and students, which may otherwise seem so daunting. This is something that all schools need, especially our own. But where does this real responsibility lie? It is within the students. It is within the students who are participating in this contest, the students who walk these hallways every single day, and the students who overall exist worldwide. As a student, we every single day view the actions of our peers. And by viewing these actions,
You're faced with a moral decision. To ignore, to divert,
or to report, let us stop ignoring. Let us instead decide to take action and to prevent the disastrous consequences that may otherwise happen. Sexual harassment is not a small issue, so it will not require a single solution. Instead, it will require a collaborative effort between teachers, administrators, students, and parents alike in order to come to a solution. Today, I stand up here and I challenge you as an audience and the world as a whole to join me and millions of others in stopping sexual harassment. Thank you.